Good evening. We have this in this video. We'll make a forensic analysis of this machine language code dump, and understand what is the issue here because this code have important issue in it. So let's start line by line, understand what's going on, and by translating it to the assembly language. So from the first line, we see that there is condition E, which means execute always without any conditions. Then there is a move instruction from the opcode table, which is 3A. And there is a destination, register 0 and immediate 0. Register R1 and immediate 0. Which means in assembly, it moves immediate 0 to R1 and initialize the R1 register. This is clear. If we move the next line, which is line 2, and we see almost the same instructions there, which is always move instruction, but the destination is R2, and it moves the immediate value 10 to R2. So basically, just line 1, just the values are different. And the same thing happens in the R3, which is moves to the next line. It moves the immediate 0 to R3, as you see here. And the fifth line, the fourth line, it moves the the immediate 5 to R4. So basically, nothing different. And when we're coming to line 5, the things are getting interested, which is very important part here. We see E again, which is always execute command. But the next 053 is the opcode for subtraction with updating condition flag N2WZ, which is negative 0, etc. And this part is important. What it does, it's because the following part of this instruction means that subtract R4, the value of R4 register from R5. But R5 register is not initialized, so it doesn't contain any value right now. And when we do the subtraction, it basically subtracts from 0 the value of the R4, which is 5, which is initialized in the previous line of code, and sets this it makes the subtraction, which is 0 minus 5, which is, as a result the answer is minus 5. And because of that, when it's updates the condition flag and so it sets it negative. The negative flag here is activated because the result is negative 5. So we go next, line 6. Line 6 is conditional add, which is if in the previous line if the condition met, which is less than condition, then add R2 to R0, which is condition was met, because the previous value was here we see it was negative, so it adds the R0 to R2. And seventh line is again with the same conditional code. It adds the immediate 1 to R3 and updates moves it immediate 1 to R3 register. When we come to line 8, which is also important part, we see the main issue in this code. Again, B is a branching. Is a code for condition, and condition says that if it's less than, which means negative, then branch back minus 5, because the following line of the code is means minus 5 in 2's complement. So branching 5 instructions back. This is the issue. Why? Because we know that the last time in the line 5 we set the negative flag, returned on negative flag because the result was minus 5, and we come here, this creates a loop, it branches back because the result is negative, this condition is met, it branches back 5 instructions, which is instruction 3, line 3, which is R3. And then it moves R4, this immediate 5. And then in fifth line, again, we get a subtraction. And again, R5, the register R5 gets a negative value, like -5, -10, and it will continue to -15 and so on. And always this negative flag hits, this negative flag turns on, and always when we come to the line 8, it will go back to 5 instructions back. It will never get out of this loop, so it will run always, let's say. So we identified the line for 8, which means there is an issue, which is the infinite loop, which is very dangerous. It could be like a malware or something. And because of that, the next lines, which is starting from line 9 to 15, they are never executed. But let's just see what they have. In line 9, we have a code which is always execute, because it has E, and it branches -1, which means that it branches just the instruction before. It's like kind of branching itself always, which is also kind of an issue. It will also create a loop which will never finish, but the program actually never reaches here because it stucks on this part. And the following next codes are this part is from opcode table. We know is this store. It stores it pushed R14 register into value into the stack. And line 11 is executes always immediate 15 moves to register 4, R4. 12 is just a similar for register 5, 10, and immediate 10, and 13 is opcode for add, which adds the it just adds R5 to R4 and moves it to R6. Line 14 is subtraction again, but without sorry, it's a subtraction with setting and so with if status flag to negative, because we will get a negative number from here, -5, because of the values of these registers. And line 15 is execute always branching -7 instructions, which is also kind of problematic line, because it will branch, whatever happens, it will branch back to 7 instructions. But again, this part of the codes are never executed because we hit already infinite loop. In assembly language, their entire code looks like this, and this version is in order to run it on the simulator. So yeah, we made a forensic analysis of this code and identified that in the line 5 we got identified that in line 8 we have an infinite loop issue because of what happens in line 5, which gets a negative value always, and this loop hits back 5 instructions. Thank you for watching.